Oh, look, first of all, you've got to make sure we're consistent, because when we win a game, we all stick together and have a drink and talk cricket and etc. We've got to make sure we do that when we lose. I think the more consistent we become, the more consistent we're going to get on the pitch. But look, it's been a tough week, isn't it? We lost the toss on a good wicket to bowl on, and we've just played catch up since that point.
Disappointing this morning as well, especially after last night when we thought we were way back in the game.
Yeah, look, I think the 660 all out doesn't happen often. I think it's the first time since about 1945 or something stupid like that. So it shows it doesn't happen often. You're 14 for 5 and you don't come back from many games like that. And as I say, occasionally that can happen, and I've got no qualms on that really. You'd like to do it better, of course you do, but that can happen. From that point onwards, you need a lot to go your way, and we didn't quite get that. We had a couple of big decisions. The run out with Davis on North, and he was caught behind, and it'd have left them at 20 for 4, but it didn't happen. But we stuck in the game. I thought yesterday we showed some really good character, but today will be what disappoints you. There's no way you should be bowled out in an hour, your last 6 wickets like that. And it was the same against Lancashire last week. So they're the bits that we need to address. And I think that's a sign of that we're tired. Because when a team's tired, when players are tired, their decision making gets affected. When players feel like they're under the pump for runs themselves, or they're feeling the team pressure, again that affects their decision making. It affects their decisiveness to move. And I think that's been reflected in our scoring rate, which has got a bit pedestrian. And as I say, the amount of people who's got ball because they're just not moving quickly and decisively enough. But yeah, that's the game in a nutshell. We have a little chance to regroup and to have a break before we come back and we hit those last 4 games hard.
Yeah, how easy is it to isolate these two and obviously reflect on what we did so well early on?
Well, I think the ability for us as a team that's growing, we've got to make sure when we're under pressure we can adapt. When we're under pressure we can punch back. When we're under pressure as a team or as individuals, when we're feeling tired, how do we manage that energy? How do we make sure we are moving at the pace that we need to move to be able to do well? That will be the real test for us. The majority of the games this year we've been well involved with and in contention with or winning. So the last 2 games we've probably been under a bit more pumped. I can't knock how they go about it and their desire. It's a very honest group. It's a great group to be involved in. I think that a group that's growing. So at the moment we're disappointed because we wanted to win the league, and it looks like at the moment we're in that mid-table. We need something special in those last 4 games. But as I say, we'll take stock. We'll use the few weeks that we've got to reevaluate and come back again. Yeah,
a little opportunity really to kind of reflect on this, because Sunday we go to Wales for the national county and then we're straight into 50 over action. As a coach, how are you looking at that?
Oh, look, you love the 50 over. It's a great comp. I mean, I love 50 over cricket anyway, and I've enjoyed the last 2 years' competitions because we've played in front of good crowds on the road and here at Birmingham. We've had some really good games, and you watch other players have a bit more of a limelight in the game. So, Ed Barnard will bat in that top 4 where, he's been, flirting around that 6, 7 if he was in the T20 team at all. Will work, Rhodes comes in, Burgess really will have a good opportunity. And then other players like Ethan Brooks will have fantastic opportunity to start starring the team and sort of show support is what he's about. And then there's always some other players who gets opportunity as well. So look, we love it. It's an exciting competition. And we look forward to getting back here in front of our own supporters when we get the chance.